Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
You turn the time circuits on.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Time won't give me time. Gotta get back in time. Time after time.
This is where the past comes alive. Decades with Joe E. Kramer starts now.
All right, here we go. It's another Saturday night, another edition of Decades lined up for you. Well, she turned 60 years old just about 9 days ago. It's hard to believe that Madonna, we remember on Bandstand saying she was going to take over the world, is now 60. And she took over the world, no doubt about it. Not everybody loves her. Dress you up on Decades.
You got style, that's what all the girls say. Satin sheets and luxury so fine. All your suits are custom made in London. But I've got something that you really like. Gonna dress you up in my love. Gonna dress you up in my love. All over your body. Feel the silky touch of my caresses. They will keep you looking so brand new. Let me cover you with velvet kisses. I'll create a look that's made for you. Dress you up in my love. Gonna dress you up in my love. All over your body. Gonna dress you up in my love, in my love. All over your body. In my love. From your head down to your toes. Dress you up in my love. All over, all over. Gonna dress you up in my love. All over your body. Gonna dress you up in my love, in my love. All over your body. In my love. From your head down to your toes. Gonna dress you up in my love. Dress you up in my love. In my love. All over your body. Gonna dress you up in my love. Dress you up in my love. In my love. I love you, boy. All over your body. From your head down to your toes. Gonna dress you up in my love. Dress you up in my love. In my love. You boy.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Decades is everywhere. 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 Everywhere.
Hi there, this is Howard Jones, and you're listening to Decades with Joey Kramer.
You can look at the menu, but you just can't eat. You can feel the cushions, but you can't have a seat. You can dip your foot in the pool, but you can't have a swim. is to blame. You can build a mansion, but you just can't live in. You're the fastest runner, but you're not allowed to win. Some bigger rules, and let's count the cost. The insecurity is the thing that won't get lost in your water, and she wants you. We want everyone, and you want her, and she wants you. No one, no one, no one ever is to blame. You can see the summit, but you can't reach it. It's the last piece of the puzzle, but you just can't make it fit. Doctor says you're cured, but you still feel the pain. Aspirations in the clouds, but your hopes go down the drain. And you want her, and she wants you. We want everyone, and you want her, and she wants you. No one, no one, no one ever is to blame. No one ever is to blame. No one ever is to blame.
It is Decades right here at the river, 105 and 103.5. Extremely nice guy when I had him on the show about a year ago, Howard Jones. No one is to blame on Decades.
Joey Kramer. Joey Kramer. Turn it up. This is Decades, where the past comes alive.
It is hard to believe this movie was out 32 years ago. And Ducky got the girl in the original ending, but hey, Pretty in Pink. And this song, by the way, was released in 1982, then became a big hit again in 1986. Oh, those were the days. John Hughes, Gone But Never Forgotten. This is Decades on the river.
Caroline laughs and it's raining all day. She loves to be one of the girls. Lives in the place in the side of our lives where nothing is ever put straight. She turns herself round and she smiles and she says, "This is it, that's the end of the joke." Loses herself in her dreaming and sleep, and her lovers walk through in their clothes. Pretty in pink, isn't she? Pretty in pink, isn't she? All of her lovers all talk of her notes and the flowers that they never send.
Decades with Joe E. Kramer and another lost track from the 90s.
Marky got with Sharon, and Sharon got Sharia. She was sharing Sharon's outlook on the topic of disease. Mikey had a facial scar and Bobby was a racist. They were all in love with dying, they were doing it in Texas. Tommy played piano like a kid out in the rain, and then he lost his leg in Dallas. He was dancing with the train. They were all in love with dying, they were drinking from a fountain that was pouring like an avalanche coming down the mountain.
I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. Cinnamon and sugar and softly spoken lies. You never know just how to look through other people's eyes.
Some will die in hot pursuit and fiery auto crashes. Some will die in hot pursuit while sifting through my ashes. Some will fall in love with life and drink it from a fountain that is pouring like an avalanche coming down the mountain.
I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. Cinnamon and sugary and softly spoken lies. You never know just how you look through other people's eyes.
Another Mikey took a knife while arguing in traffic. Flipper died a natural death, he caught a nasty virus. And then there was the ever-present football player rapist. They were all in love with dying, they were doing it in Texas. Holly caught a bullet, but it only hit his leg. Well, it should have been a better shot, got him in the head. They were all in love with dying, they were drinking from a fountain that was pouring like an avalanche coming down the mountain.
I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. Cinnamon and sugary and softly spoken lies. You never know just how you look through other people's eyes.
around 1981. That is the one and only Butthole Surfers. That was their only big radio song back in the 90s. They were always big on the alternative chart. The song was called Pepper. It was the #1 modern rock song of the year and one of the most played radio songs. of 1996 with the little bunny on the front cover. Now, they say the song is a reference to Mr. Peppermint, and Mr. Peppermint was the father of Gibby Haynes. So, Gibby Haynes' father, of course, was a big local personality. I'm trying to think of his name. Jerry Haynes, who passed away in 2011. But Mr. Peppermint, huge kids show in Texas. So there you go. Pepper, the Butthole Surfers, right here on Decades. Joey Kramer tonight. Of course, we got Hairspray at 8 after 8 o'clock. You don't want to miss that. Top 9 at 9, Back in Time. We will go back 25 years, a quarter of a century. Does it seem that long ago? Count down the 9 biggest songs in the land. August 25th, 1993. That's coming up at 9 o'clock. No Singing with the Sam. Sam is officially at college, so that's going to be not until around Thanksgiving. I've been trying to get people to step in and sing for her, but no luck so far. Everybody's, they say, we can't top what the two of you do. So anyway, I'll keep you posted on that. Plus, we got a bunch of interviews we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks, and I'll update you on that. That and more. This is Decades on the River 105 and 103.5 around the world. The River, NEPA.com, 105theriver.net, Decades with JoeyKramer.com, and the Radio Bold app for iPhone and Android. We will be right back. Hang on.
And do not attempt to change the frequency.
Changing channels is not only foolhardy, but also extremely dangerous.
We know. That's what everybody says.
So I don't believe you ought to try it.
Now, back to the music. This is Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
Hi, this is Valerie Day
And John Smith
from New Shoes, and you're listening to Decades with Joey Kramer.
Baby,
It's Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
Northeast PA's the river.
Well, it reminds me of roller skating when they said couples only. Miss Debbie Gibson, by the way, back on Hallmark Channel, Wedding Dreams is the new movie. Lost in Your Eyes.
I get lost in your eyes, and I feel my spirits rise and soar like the wind. Is it love that I am in? I get weak in a glass. Isn't this what's called romance? And now I know, 'cause when I'm lost, I can't let go. I don't mind not knowing what I'm headed for. You can take me to the skies. It's like being lost in heaven when I'm lost in your eyes. I just fell, don't know why. Something's there we can't deny. And when I first knew was when I first looked at you. And if I can't find my way, if salvation seems worlds away, oh, I'll be found when I am lost in your eyes. I don't mind not knowing what I'm headed for. You can take me to the skies. It's like being lost in heaven when I'm lost in your eyes. I get weak in a glance. Isn't this what's called romance? I'll be found when I am lost in your
Blasting out the hits. The Master Blaster. This is Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
I feel so extraordinary, something is a drug that brings me near to the child that I lost, replaced by fear. I used to think that the day would never come, that my life would depend on the morning sun.
DecadesWithJoeyKramer.com, the Radio Bold app, New Order, True Faith. I was talking about a bunch of interviews we're going to be doing. Next week, by the way, Shadow Steel will be joining us for the Labor Day weekend. As promised, he'll be here at 7 o'clock. Then the following week, we're going to kick off our interviews. Mark White from the Spin Doctors will be joining us. That'll be the first Saturday in September. And I also had the privilege of talking to Tom Bailey from the Thompson Twins. He has a brand new album called Science Fiction. Tom will be joining us on the show. One of my favorites, who Take Me Up.
I work on the front line. I work to survive. And I sleep in a fever. So this is my life. I cry in my sleep. Cry boy, just makes me weep when I try how I try. Know what it means to work hard on machines. It's a labor of love, so please don't ask me why. I'm looking for reasons, trying to never die. I believe in today. Believe, boy, believe, boy. It's better that way when you work through the night. I know what it means to work hard on machines. It's a labor of love, so please don't ask me why. Take me up. Take me up to a higher ground. You take me up so high. Now I never wanna come back down. I cry in my sleep. Cry boy, just makes me weep when I try how I try. I know what it means to work hard on machines. It's a labor of love, so please don't ask me why. You take me up, oh, you take me up to a higher ground. You take me up so high. Now I never wanna come back down. You take me up, oh, you take me up to a higher ground. You take me up so high. Now I never wanna come back down.
Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
Joe E. Kramer.
Salzburg, January 27th, Wolfgang Amadeus is born. 1761, at the age of 5, Amadeus begins composing. 1773, he writes his first piano concerto. 1782, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart marries Constance Weber. 1784, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart becomes a Freemason. 1791, Mozart composes the Magic Flute. On December 5th of that same year, Mozart dies. 1985, Austrian rock singer Falco records Rumpy Amadeus! 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 Amadeus!
Joe E. Kramer gives you this week's 8-track classic flashback.
We're going hopping, we're going hopping today, where things are popping, a Philadelphia way. We're gonna drop it on all the music they play on the bandstand. We're going swinging, we're gonna swing in the crowd, and we'll be clinging and floating high as a cloud. The phones are ringing, my mom and dad are so proud. I'm on bandstand, and I'll jump and hey, I may even show my handstand, because I'm on the American Bandstand. When we dance real slow and show all the guys in the grandstand what a swinger I am on American Bandstand. We're going hopping today, where things are popping, the Philadelphia way. We're gonna drop it on all the music they play on the bandstand. Bandstand, 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 bandstand. Bring it on, here on the show, ready to go, but a pro. Hey, I'll make 'em a mark. See, this joint is jumping. They made such a fuss just to see us ride. Hey, it's Mr. Dick Clark. What a place you got here, swell spot. The music's hot here, best in the East. Give it at least a 75. Now for all you Joes, here goes my American handstand. Because I'm on the American Bandstand. As we dance real slow and showing the guys on the grandstand that I like my girl, but I love American Bandstand. The singer's crooning, he's the greatest for G. My baby's swooning in front of all the TV. So if you're tuning, you'll see my baby and me on the bandstand. And now we're hopping, and we'll be hopping all day. Where things are popping, Philadelphia way, and you can drop it on all the music they play on the bandstand. And we'll rock and roll and stroll on American. Lindy hop and slop, it's American. Tune in, I'm on, turn on, I'm in, I'm on.
There you go, the 8-track classic flashback this week. Barry Manilow. And the Bandstand Book, never a hit, but always remembered as the theme to American Bandstand from 1977 until 1989. And 3,000 plus episodes. Ran from 1952 to 1989. Bob Horn was the first. Lee Stewart was a co-host. Tony Marmarella in 1956. And then the one and only Dick Clark from 1956 to 1989. I think Rick Dees was a co-host at one point also, if I'm not mistaken, when it was in syndication. And so was David Hirsch. But American Bandstand had a bunch of different themes. Big band. Barry Manilow was the one to put the words to it in 1977. And it was the official theme until 1989. And it was actually a song before it even became the theme. 1975, it was actually recorded. 1977, it became the theme on the 8-track classic flashback. All right, so we got more decades coming up. Of course, the Top 99 Back in Time tonight. August 25th, 1993. We will go back 25 years, count down the 9 biggest songs on the radio. But first, the one, the only, Hairspray at 8. That is coming up next. Got Quiet Riot in there, Skid Row, Cinderella, Guns N' Roses, the brand new one from Ace Frehley, and more. Don't you go anywhere. This is Decades on the River 105 and 103.5 around the world, the rivernpa.com. Decades with JoeyKramer.com, and the Radio Bold app for your Android or iPhone device, also Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. More Decades coming up. Don't you go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
It's 8 o'clock.
This is Ted Poley of Danger Danger.
This is Lorraine Lewis for the band Femme Fatale.
Hey, this is Kelly Kagan from Night Ranger.
Decades with Joey Kramer.
You're listening to Joe E. Kramer, Decades.
And you're rocking Decades with my buddy Joey Kramer.
This is where the past comes alive. Hairspray at 8 starts now.
All right, here we go. It's 8 o'clock. That means it is the original, the one and only hair metal hour on a Saturday night. Everybody tries to copy it, but nobody can, right? Hairspray at 8. We're going to talk a little Kiss, a little Guns N' Roses. Vinnie Vincent in the news. Oh, there's always a lot of stuff going on. Get it started. Quiet Riot, back when they were actually Quiet Riot. Now they have an American Idol alum as their lead singer, but hey, whatever works. Whatever pays the bills, right? Bang your head.
Axe grinder, I'll drive her. Mama says that I never mind her. Got no brains, I'm insane. The teacher says that I'm one big brain. I'm like a laser, six-string eraser. I got a mouth like a
How high was your hair? This is Hairspray at 8. This is Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
You and I together in our lives, sacred times will never fade. Then why can't I let myself tell lies and watch you die every day? I think back to the times when dreams were what mattered. Dark-stalking youth naivety. You said you never let me down, but the horse stampedes and rages in the name of desperation. Is it all just waiting?
Skid Row. One of my favorites by them. Waste of Time right here on Hairspray at 8. It is Joe E. Kramer. Love that song. All right, Cinderella. Still no word whether we're ever going to hear from Cinderella again. That's the one. But the good thing is Tom Kiefer's out there. He's been touring since 2013 for The Way Life Goes, and he's working on a second solo album on the road. So, hey, there's always that. Always that. Cinderella. Hot and Bothered. Hairspray at 8.
The generation that put a hole in the ozone. Hairspray at 8 on Decades.
Mama, take this badge from me. on heaven's stone wall. Hey, 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 yeah. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. 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 Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Guns N' Roses on Hairspray. It ain't knocking on heaven's door. It is Joey Kramer. They just wrapped up their huge, gigantic Mammoth tour, and Slash is working on a brand new album. He also said that he has already started writing stuff for a new Guns N' Roses album. He said it would be unbelievable, unreal. It would be one of the biggest selling albums if they could get it all together. But he also said that he never would have been able to do that tour if he wasn't clean. And he's been clean and sober for about 10 years now. He said he never would have been able to do this kind of tour 10 years ago. So good news for Slash. Guns N' Roses, I'm sure they'll be out there again. And whether Axl will be out with AC/DC, who knows? And of course, they have their Appetite for Destruction Mammoth box set for about $1,000. If you're a big Guns N' Roses fan, it is the ultimate Guns N' Roses piece of memorabilia you can get. So there is that. All right, we got coming up. We got that brand new song from Ace Frehley. He's got a new album called Spaceman. The song's called Rockin' with the Boys. We're gonna do that one coming up. We're also gonna do some Kiss. Gene Simmons, 69 years old today. Do you believe it? Now, he always said he would hang it up when he turned 70. Now, they're going out on their big tour in January. Is it the end? Who knows? But he's 69 years old, so only a year away from that magic date that he said he would hang up the demon cleats, I guess you could say. We'll find out, though. All that and more coming up right here. Hairspray at 8 every Saturday night, 8 o'clock, part of Decades on the River 105 and 103.5. Heard around the world at therivernepa.com. Decades with JoeyKramer.com. The Radio Bold app for your iPhone or Android device. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and more. More Decades coming up. Hang on.
This is Hairspray at 8 with Joe E. Kramer. Turn it up.
Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Billy Childs from Brittany Fox, and you're listening to Decades with Joey Kramer.
Memories I can't let go.
Brittany Fox. We will have Billy Childs on the show from Brittany Fox, who, sadly enough, he talks about the end of Brittany Fox for now, but we'll be playing that interview back in just a few weeks, so you want to be here for that. Ace Frehley, brand new album out. Lots going on because he's on the Kiss cruise, so he's been hanging around the bandmates a lot. Everybody is speculating whether he'll actually be back in Kiss in some way, shape, or form. He has a new album coming out October 19th, which is called Spaceman. How about that? The Real Spaceman. And, of course, he has a brand new song out, so we're going to do it right now. This is a brand new one from Ace Frehley from his album, which is out in October, called Spaceman. Rockin' with the Boys. Ace Frehley, right here. Hairspray at 8. Rockin' with the Boys. Brand new album, Spaceman, is coming out on October 19th from the Spaceman Ace Frehley. And oddly enough, people are saying that song kind of reminds them of Beth. If you listen to the lyrics, and I looked them up online so I could read them all, It does. It's almost the exact same context as Beth, so who knows? Here's some Kiss. Hard Luck Woman. Hairspray at 8.
If never I met you, I'd never have seen you cry. If not for a first hello, we never have to say goodbye. If never I held you, my feelings would never show. It's time I start walking, but there's so much you'll never know. I keep telling you, hard luck woman, you ain't a hard luck woman. Red's Sally's only daughter, a child of the water, too proud to be a queen. Red, I really love you, I can't forget about you. You'll be a hard luck woman, baby, till you find your man. Before I go, let me kiss you and wipe the tears from your eyes. I don't wanna hurt you, girl, you know I could never lie. I keep telling you, hard luck woman, you ain't a hard luck woman. You'll be a hard luck woman, baby, till you find your man. Red's Sally's only daughter, a child of the water, too proud to be a queen. Red's, I really love you, I can't forget about you. You'll be a hard luck woman, baby, till you find your man. You'll be a hard luck woman, baby, till you find your man. Oh yeah, bye bye, so long, don't cry. I'm just packing my bags, whoa, leaving you. Bye 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 bye, baby, don't cry. I gotta keep on moving, yeah, moving. Bye, bye, my baby. Ooh, don't cry, lady.
This is Hairspray at 8.
Northeast PA's The River. You talk too much, never saying what's on your mind. It's written on your face, I mean the words you hide behind. I know what you want, I can see what you're looking for. I know what you want from me, I'm gonna give you more. I'm gonna slide it in, right to the top. Slide it in, I ain't never gonna stop. Slide it in, right to the top. I'm gonna slide it in, slide it in, slide it in, baby. Sometimes it seems just like a stranger to me. But all the games you play make it so easy to see. You're looking for love, though you try to deny the things you put me through. Tell me what I got to do to you. I'm gonna slide it in, right to the top. Slide it in, I ain't never gonna stop. Slide it in, right to the top. I'm gonna
keeping it stiff. This is Hairspray at 8 with Joe E. Kramer.
Gladiator back in 91, I believe. Warren to their remake of We Will Rock You right here on Decades. It's Joey Kramer. Wow, that went quick. That hour just flew by. I can't remember if I had anything I wanted to talk about that I forgot about. I think that's just about it. Oh, the other thing was Poison. Ricky Rocket was talking lately, some interview, I'm not sure what it was, I was reading online. But he is really, the guys in Poison are really pressing Bret Michaels to, make sure it's not another 5 years before they go out on tour. And they're also supposedly having a couple meetings. They have songs written, and a new Poison album might actually be a possibility coming up. Who knows in the near future. Bret Michaels, done with the Nothing But a Good Time tour, heading right out on tour solo. And, I guess it's more money if you don't split it 4 ways, too. So I know Bret gets close to $100,000 on his solo tour. So who knows? All right. We've got a few more on Hairspray at 8. We're going to do Autograph. We're going to do some Poison. And then we have the Top 9 at 9 back in time tonight, August 25th, 1993. We're going to go back 25 years. It's hard to believe. A quarter of a century ago. I was already at my 3rd year in college. So it's quite a long time ago. We're going to play the 9 biggest songs on the radio. August 25th, 1993. That's coming up right after Hairspray at 8 concludes next. On the River 105 and 103.5 around the world, theriverndpa.com, Decades with joeekramer.com. Also on Facebook, same thing. Forever 80s is the group you want to join. And the Radio Bold app is the app you want to download for your iPhone or Android device. More Decades coming up. Hang on.
It's 9 o'clock.
What's this? You know what this is?
This is the Top 9 at 9 Back in Time. Decades with Joe E. Kramer on The River.
All right, here we go. Top 9 at 9 Back in Time, August 25th, 1993. We are going back 25 years, quarter of a century to count down the 9 biggest songs on the radio. Where were you? What were you doing? Here's a couple facts from that year. The conspirators of the 93 World Trade Center bombing were caught when one of them tried to reclaim his deposit on a rental van they used to carry the bomb into the parking garage. The Super Bowl has required national anthem vocals to be pre-recorded since 1993, when Garth Brooks declined to pre-record and then refused to sing live until a dispute over debuting his music video, We Shall Be Free. It delayed kickoff, but they did come to a... It sounds ridiculous, but they did come to a compromise. And the movie What's Love Got to Do With It was out about the story of Tina Turner's life, and she recorded this one for the movie. I Don't Want to Fight. Top 9 at 9 Back in Time. Number 9.
There's a pale moon in the sky. Can you make your wishes known? Oh, like the light in your eyes, the one I built my dreams upon. It's not there any longer. Something happened somewhere and we both know why. But me, I'm getting stronger. We must stop pretending. I can't live this life. I don't care who's wrong or right. I don't really wanna fight no more. Too much talking, babe. Let's sleep on it tonight. I don't really wanna fight no more. This is time for letting go. I hear a whisper in the air that simply doesn't bother me. Oh, can't you see that I don't care? Or are you looking right through me? It seems to me that lately you look at me the wrong way and I start to cry.
This is the Top 9 at 9 Back in Time. Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm walking, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, oh, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. And if I broke, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's growing older than you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm lonely, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's lonely without you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream about the time when I'm with you. When I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I come home, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home with you. I'm gonna be the man who's coming home with you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
It is the Top 9 at 9 Back in Time. That is the Proclaimers. Charlie Reed and Craig Reed. I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles. 88 it was released, and again it came out with Benny and June in 1993. Became a big hit that year. It still gets played a lot on the radio to this very day. So there you go, 1993. How about this? This is something very strange. You don't even think about this. Women were not allowed to wear pants on the U.S. Senate floor. This was until 1993, after Senators Barbara Mikulski and Carol Moseley Braun defiantly staged a protest by wearing pantsuits. And the rest was history. True story. This is even better. The earliest known entry of an internet search on the word jihad, or jihad, however you want to pronounce it, was actually in reference to an anti-Barney the Dinosaur news group called the Jihad to Destroy Barney. You can't make things up. And SWV was hitting the charts big time. Songs like Weaker were coming up, and they had a song called Right Here, which didn't do a lot on the chart, but then they remixed it with Michael Jackson's Human Nature, and it blew up everywhere. At number 7 on the Top 9 at 9 Back in Time, August 25th, 1993 is SWV right here, Human Nature.
This is the Top 9 at 9 Back in Time. Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
about that? If, which ended up being a #1 song that year. She has a brand new song out called Made for Now with a Daddy Yankee, with back on tour, of course, and planning to release another album when she gets done with her tour. So that's the skinny on Janet Jackson. Big movies back in 1993. Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone. Wait, I don't want to talk about movies. I want to talk about TV first, because I'm going to play a very cool TV theme song. CBS Sunday night movie, Murphy Brown, Monday Night Football, Frasier, Coach, Grace Under Fire, Roseanne, Seinfeld, Home Improvement, and 60 Minutes for the top 10 TV shows back in 1993. But we can't forget this television show.
Don't know about the future, that's anybody's guess. Ain't no good reason for getting all depressed. Fire up your pad and pencil, I give you a piece of my mind. In my opinion, nation, the sun is gonna surely shine. Stop all your fussing, slap on a smile. Come out and walk in the sun for a while. Don't fight the feeling, you know you wanna have a good time. And in my opinion, nation, the sun is gonna surely shine.
That is Blossom, which aired for, 5 seasons, 114 episodes. Mahim Balilik, I guess that's the way you pronounce her name. I don't know. She's on The Big Bang Theory, and Big Bang Theory is ending this series, this season. No singing with the Sam tonight, but she's on FaceTime right now. I don't know if you can hear her or not. Let's see.
Hi.
There you go. See, Singing with the Sam is live on FaceTime. She's at her first year in college, and she's made it through the weekend.
Well, almost. It's not Monday yet.
But we're going to have to figure, see, this is why we couldn't sing with you like this, because you sound like you're in it's the 1980s, like Video Killed the Radio Star type thing.
That's exactly how I feel talking to you right now.
We have to find a song where the only part of the song that you sing is like a very digital type voice.
Well, I'm sure you'll be able to figure that out.
So, and people were asking where Singing with the Sam is, and she is far away. She's left me, and she started a new life. So much.
I don't know about a new life.
So much for her father. She's just forgotten
a temporary life.
So much for her father. She's just forgotten about him.
Yeah, okay.
And she's currently scaring her roommates.
I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think they like me. They're not here right now to confirm it, but I'm pretty sure they like me.
That is yet to be determined, right?
Yet to be determined.
When they see stuff posted on Facebook of them sleeping, they'll realize.
I would never post that.
Okay, I have to get into a commercial break here, so I'm gonna put you down and hang on. Say goodbye, Sam.
Bye.
All right, we're gonna have more of the Top 9 at 9 back in time coming up next. The top 5 songs, 1993. Soul Asylum's in there, Jodeci, Mariah Carey, UB40. Who had the #1 song? We're gonna find out next. Hang on.
Back in time with this week's Top 9 at 9. Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
Call you up in the middle of the night, like a firefly without a light. You were there like a blowtorch burning. I was a key that could use a little turning. So tired that I couldn't even sleep. So many secrets I couldn't keep. I promised myself I wouldn't weep. But one more promise I couldn't keep. It seems no one can help me now. I'm in too deep, there's no way out. This time I have really led myself astray. Runaway train, never going back. Wrong way on a one-way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow neither here nor there. Can you help me remember how to smile? Make it somehow all seem worthwhile. I get so jaded. Life's mystery seems so faded. I can go where no one else can go. I know what no one else knows. Here I am, just drowning in the rain, with a ticket for a runaway train, and everything seems cut and dry. Day and night, earth and sky. Somehow I just don't believe it. Runaway train, never going back. Wrong way on a one-way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow I'm neither here nor there. Bought a ticket for a runaway train, like a madman laughing at the rain. A little out of touch, little insane. It's just easier than dealing with the pain. Runaway train, never going back. Wrong way on a one-way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow I'm neither here nor there. Runaway train, never coming back. Runaway train, tearing up the track. Runaway train, burning in my face. Runaway, but it always seems the same.
It is the Top 99 Back in Time on Decades. August 25th, 1993, a quarter of a century ago. Do you believe it's been that long? And the number five song on the Top 99, Runaway Train by Soul Asylum on Decades. All right, what have we gotten so far? We got Tina Turner, I Don't Want to Fight, I'm Going to Be 500 Miles, Right Here, Human Nature, If, and then Runaway Train, which we'll get to the number 4 song in a second. But looking at the most popular Christmas gifts of 1993, the Commodore's Amiga CD32. Yes, it had a CD-ROM, which was very, very high-tech in 1993. I paid almost $5,000 for my first compact computer back in 1992. Atari Jaguar, Power Rangers action figures, the 1850s Southern Belle Barbie, Beanie Babies were released. Magic, just says Magic. Oh no, Magic, the Gathering role-playing card game. I actually played Dungeons and Dragons, but that was in the 80s, so we won't talk about that. Number 4, the band Jodeci. They later, of course, Casey and JoJo went solo to have their own duo, but they had a big one with the remake of the Stevie Wonder classic at number 4, Jodeci. And lately, on the Top 9 at 9, Back in Time.
Some of you might know this song. It's an oldie but goodie. And if you know it, feel free to sing along with me and Casey tonight. Casey.
Ooh, baby, baby, baby. Oh. Ooh, yeah. Oh, no, no. Oh, ooh, yes. Lately I've had the strangest feeling, with no vivid reason here to find.
but yet the thought of losing you've been hanging around my mind. Can't see you singing.
Far more frequently you're wearing perfume, and with you say no special place to go. But when I ask will you be coming back soon, you don't know, never know.
I'm a man of many wishes, hope my premonition misses, but what I really feel, my eyes won't let me hide, 'cause the way starts to cry,
'cause this time could mean goodbye. Oh, you want to tell me, yeah.
Lately I've been staring in the mirror, very slowly picking me apart. Said I'm trying to tell myself that I have no reason. With your heart, can't see.
Now, just the other night while you were sleeping, I vaguely heard you whisper someone's name. But when I ask you other thoughts you're keeping, you just said that I love these
hope my premonition persists, but what I really feel, my eyes won't let me hide, 'cause the always starts to cry. Yeah, baby, 'cause this time could
Thank you. Right now.
This is the Top 9 at 9 Back in Time.
The biggest hits, the river. my life. Always, so come and take me away.
Just ruled the 1990s without a doubt. Absolutely without a doubt. And she was at number 3 with Dream Lover. All right, Top 9 at 9, back in time. Just taking a look at sports. The Blue Jays were the World Series champs, walked off the Phillies. Hey, here's something. The Cowboys, remember they used to be good? I'm an Eagles fan. They won the Super Bowl in 93. The Bulls were the NBA champs, and the Canadians were the Stanley Cup champs. And everybody had their hands up on the dance floor because Tag Team, whoop, there it is, was number 2.
It's the Top 9 at 9 with Joe E. Kramer on Decades.
Something like this. Tag team back again. Check it to wreck it. Let's begin. Party on, party people. Let me hear some noise. DC's in the house. Jump, jump, rejoices. There's a party over here. A party over there. Wave your hands in the air. Shake the dairy, yeah. These 3 words mean you're getting busy. Whoop, there it is. Hitman. Whoop, there it is. 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 Upside down and inside out. I'm about to show all you folks what it's all about. Now it's time for it to get on the mic and make this party hot. I'm taking it back to the old school, cause I'm an old fool who's so cool. If you wanna get down, I'ma show you the way. Whoop, there it is. Let me hear you say, whoop, there it is. Come on, y'all. Whoop, there it is. Louder. Whoop, there it is. Come on, y'all. Whoop, there it is. Louder. Whoop, there it is. Come on, y'all. Whoop, there it is. Louder. Whoop, there it is. Come on, y'all. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, shaka laka shaka laka shaka laka shaka. 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 Point blank, gin and juice I drink and bent as I puff on dank. Rock the mic, I crave skin rip. Find a honey dip to dip it in. Slam dunk it, stick it, flip it and ride that B-double-O-T-Y, oh my. Ooh, that's it, come on, whoop, there it is, I'm done. Whoop, there it is. Come on, whoop, there it is. Louder, whoop, there it is. Give it to me, whoop, there it is. Come on, whoop, there it is. Louder, whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Come on, whoop, there it is. Some say I'm crazy cause I'm pushing up daisies. The underground sound that you have found amazing, outstanding, demanding, commanding you people dancing. That's a breath taker. I produce, aka The Undertaker. You wanna come down to the underground old school? Here's a shovel. Can you dig it, fool? Can you dig it? Can y'all dig it? 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 W-H-O-O-M-P as I flow to the fly from the school of old hardcore, kick the folklore wreck. 3 to the T and one mic check. Man, skill blow ill on the mess of steel. That's the grill of the microphone I just killed. Party people, wish your party tag team is through. Whoop, there it is. I thought you knew. Whoop, there it is. 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 Yeah, tag team music coming straight at ya. That's me, DC, the brain supreme, and my man Steve Rowland. Bring it back, y'all. Bring it back, y'all. Bring it back. Here we go. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is.
I don't think anybody could get enough of that song back in 1993. Tag team, whoop, there it is.
It's the Top 9 at 9 with Joe E. Kramer on Decades.
That is the number 2 song in the land. 20, as if in, it's just hard to believe, 25 years ago. That song seems like it was yesterday, but all that Miami bass music was so popular. Daisy Dukes and The Dip and all that cool stuff was out then, and it was a good time. It really was, 1993. Especially with all that god-awful grunge music that was out in the day. And notice it wasn't in the top 10, though, which was the good thing. All right, before we get to the number 1, big movies of 1993. I talked about Cliffhanger, Schindler's List, The Pelican Brief. Number 7, In the Line of Fire, Clint Eastwood, Indecent Proposal, Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore, Sleepless in Seattle, The Firm, The Fugitive, Mrs. Doubtfire, and the number 1 movie, still going on today, Jurassic Park in 1993. Which brings us up to the number 1 song. It was another remake. An Elvis Presley song, of course. Now, this was in the movie Sliver with Sharon Stone, which she put out after Basic Instinct, trying to capitalize. Didn't do well. However, it had a number 1 song, and it was their second number 1. Back in 1989, they hit number 1 with Red, Red Wine. UB40, who, by the way, even though they only had a few hits in the U.S., they sold over 100 million albums worldwide. But this was the biggest one here in the States. The number 1 song, August 25th, 1993, was by UB40. Can't Help Falling in Love. Subtitle, With You. The Top 9 at 9, Back in Time.
Wise men say only fools rushing, but I ain't here falling in love with you.
1, UB40, Can't Help Falling in Love.
It's the Top 9 at 9 with Joe E. Kramer on Decades.
And that's going to do it. Top 9 at 9, Back in Time. Love doing it. 1993, August 25th, 1993. And the number one song 25 years ago, Can't Help Falling in Love by UB40. Hope you enjoyed it. Next Saturday night, of course, Shadow Steel will be with us, and Mark White from the rock group Spin Doctors will be joining us at 9 o'clock for a Decades Artist Spotlight. So that is next week. We'll be right back. We got more Decades. 2 more hours to go on a Saturday night right here on the river, 105 and 103.5. Hang on.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
It's 10 o'clock.
Hi there, this is Howard Jones.
Hey, this is Coons from John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band.
This is Nick Richards from Boys Don't Cry.
I wanna be a cowboy, and you can be my cowgirl.
And you're listening to Decades with Joey Kramer.
You're listening to Decades with Joey Kramer.
I've been listening to Joey Kramer's Decade Show, which is the business.
This is where the past comes alive. Decades with Joe E. Kramer starts now.
All right, here we go. Hour number 4 on a Saturday night. We do it every single week live inside Mohegan Sun Pocono for the past 13 years and counting. Thanks so much for listening, making it possible. Decades with JoeyKramer.com. Of course, Forever 80s, Decades with Joey Kramer. Any of those will work on Facebook. Check it out. Cameo, Word Up.
Y'all pretty ladies around the world got a weird thing to show you. So tell all the boys and girls, tell your brother, your sister, and your mama too, 'cause we're about to throw down and you know just what to do. Wave your hands in the air like you don't care. Glide by the people as they stop to look and stare. Do your dance, do your dance, do your dance quick, mama. Come on, baby, tell me what's the word up. Everybody say, when you hear the call, you got to get it underway. Word up. It's the code word. No matter where you say it, you know that you'll be heard. Now all you sucker DJs who think you're fly, there's got to be a reason, and we know the reason why you try to put on those airs and act real cool, but you got to realize that you're acting like fools. Give us music, we can use it. We need to dance. We don't have the time for psychological romance. No romance, no romance, no romance for me, mama. Come on, baby, tell me what's the word up. Everybody say, when you hear the call, you got to get it underway.
on air, online, and on your mobile device. Decades is everywhere. 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 Everywhere.
Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A son's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the window, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking
turning 60 years old on August 29th.
Joey Kramer. Turn it up. This is Decades, where the past comes alive.
Oh, we lost this guy way too young. Only 69 years old when he died, but man, he can play the sax. The big man himself. We know him from Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, but he played with Aretha Franklin and so many more. Clarence Clemens, you're a friend of mine, with Jackson Brown, by the way, right here on Decades.
Striking out, welcome me in. I'm gonna stand right by your side through thick or thin.
Ain't no doubt, gonna win. A walk through hell ain't bad compared to where we've been. Oh, you can depend on me. Over and over, over and over. That argument I can't forget. You fought so hard, I don't think I've recovered yet.
The girls we knew who thought you were cool, I never introduced my favorite ones to you.
Oh, you can depend on me. Over and over, over and over.
The one who always makes you laugh until you die.
And you can't call on me until the day you die. Years may come and go. Here's one thing I know. All my life, you're a friend of mine. Over and over, over and over.
The one who always makes you laugh until you die.
And you can't call on me until the day you die. Years may come and go. Here's one thing I know. All my life, you're a friend of mine. You can depend on me. I'll be fine, 'cause you're a friend of mine. I'll be fine, 'cause you're a friend of mine.
Yeah, let me go for you one time.
Decades with Joe E. Kramer and another lost track from the 90s.
keeps you awake. Hide the telephone in case you realize that sometimes you're just not okay. You level up, and it's not alright now. You need to understand there's nothing strange about this. You need to know your friends. You need to know that I'll be waving my hand, watching you drown, watching you scream, quiet all alone. And maybe you should sleep, and maybe you just need a friend as clumsy as you've been. There's no one laughing. You will be safe with you. You will be safe with you. Throw away this burial shoelace, trip you again. Trying to shrug it off, shrug it off, shrug it off. So let's skin now. Need to understand there's nothing fake about this. You need to let me in. Watching you and I'll be waving my hand, watching you drown, watching you scream. No one's around. And maybe you should sleep, and maybe you just need a friend as clumsy as you've been. There's no one laughing. You will be safe with you. You will be safe with I'll be waving my hand, watching you drown, watching you scream, quiet or loud. And maybe you should sleep, and maybe you just need a friend as clumsy as you've been. There's no one laughing. You will be safe with me. You will be safe with me. You will be safe with
This is Decades. Our Lady Peace from 1997. You know, when you really think about it, music didn't really go downhill until around 2010 or so, I guess. That's when I somehow the 80s and 90s were great, and even the early 2000s weren't bad. Our Lady Peace was from 97. They're out of Toronto, Canada. Had a brand new album, Somethingness, which came out this year. Huge, still huge in Canada. And he said that song, Clumsy. This is right from Mike Turner, who wrote the song. Said, you can be destructive without being malicious if you're clumsy. With the problems that I encounter, they're obviously not unique. Everyone goes through the same things I go through. So I think clumsy was just a word that would give those problems the benefit of the doubt and then enable you to get through them rather than seeing them just from one perspective. There you go. Great song, though. Our Lady Peace, Clumsy. Right here on Decades. Don't forget next Saturday night, Mark White, another guy from the 90s. Spin Doctors. Remember Two Princes, Papa Jean's Blues, Little Miss Can't Be Wrong, all those great songs. We'll be having him on the show next Saturday night. Mark White, one of the founding members of Spin Doctors, next Saturday night right here on Decades. Do not miss it. All right, so we got more Decades coming up. Lined up, Prince in there. We're going to do the Bangles and A Flock of Seagulls. Have their new album Ascension, all orchestral versions of a lot of their older songs, plus some new stuff. We're going to play the new orchestral mix of Space Age Love Song. Straight ahead. Right here, it is Decades.
The radio's all yours now.
Let's have some more music. Turn it up louder.
Now, here's a very popular number.
This is a guaranteed gold record.
Oh, Maestro, don't forget your cue now.
Now, back to the music. This is Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
Hey, this is Vicki Peterson of the Bangles. You are listening to Decades with Joey Kramer.
All the old paintings on the tomb, they do the sand dance, don't you know? If you move too quick, they're falling down like a domino. All the buzz are men by the night, they got the money on a bet. Gold crocodiles, they snap their teeth on your cigarette. Foreign types with the hookah pipes say, walk like an Egyptian. The blonde waitresses take their trays, spin around and they cross the floor. They've got the moves. You drop your drink, then they bring you more. All the school kids so sick of books, they like the funk in the middle bed. When the buzzer rings, they're walking like an Egyptian. All the kids in the marketplace say, walk like an Egyptian. Slide your feet up the street, bend your back, shift your arm, then you pull it back. Life's hard, you know. So strike a pose on a Cadillac. If you wanna find all the cops, they're hanging out in the donut shop. They sing and dance. They spin the club, cruise down the block. All the Japanese, the Italian, the party boys call the Kremlin. And the Chinese know. They walk the line like Egyptian. All the cops in the donut shop say, walk like an Egyptian. Walk like an Egyptian.
You know, I usually don't play a lot of Walk Like an Egyptian here on Decades. On the River 105, 103.5. I just had an inkling for Walk Like an Egyptian this week.
It's Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
Northeast PA's The River.
So the Flock of Seagulls have a brand new album now called Ascension. Now, of course, not all new songs, but all the original members, they went in, they got an orchestra, and they did a great job redoing all these songs. I played Iran last week, and this week, the orchestral version from Ascension, Space Age Love Song, A Flock of Seagulls on Decades.
Set it and forget it. This is Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
Love come quick, love come in a hurry. There are thieves in the temple tonight. They don't care where they kick, just as long as they hurt you. There are thieves in the temple tonight. Come save me from all this cold despair. I can hang when you're around, but I surely die if you're not there. Love come quick, love come in a hurry. There are thieves in the temple tonight. I feel like they're looking for my soul.
Graffiti Bridge, which was the sequel to Purple Rain. Do we all remember that? It was actually not that bad of a movie if you went back and watched it. It's Joey Kramer. I forgot to mention all night that I'm going to be playing the brand new one from Steve Perry. His first music since he left Journey back in 1996. Song's called No Erasing. We got Journey and Steve Perry coming up.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. I've still commitments while I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and
Decades with Joe E. Kramer. Turn it up.
She loves to laugh, she loves to sing, she does everything. She loves to move, she loves to groove, she loves a lot of things. All night, oh, every night. So hold tight, ooh baby, hold tight. Oh, she said, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. She said, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. I was alone, I never knew what good love could do. Ooh, then we touched, then we sang about the love and things. All night, oh, every night. So hold tight, baby, hold tight. Oh, she said, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Oh, I said, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. She said,
It is Decades. Joey Kramer, way back with Journey, 1980, Any Way You Want It. Now, if you haven't heard, Steve Perry is back in the game. He's got a brand new album that is coming out, which is called, I have to put it in front of me here. The song is called No Erasing, which we're going to play in just a second here. But he has, of course, a brand new album that is coming out. And he made a promise to his girlfriend, Kelly Nash, who, she was suffering from breast cancer, and she made him promise that he wouldn't go back into a shell and never record again. And he kept that promise. And finally, after all these years, we're hearing something from Steve Perry, which is great. So here's a brand new song from Steve Perry. His new album's coming out on October 8th. And we'll talk about that a little more after we hear this from Steve Perry, the new one, No Erasing, right here on Decades.
Together in the backseat
waited 22 years for that. His first song since Trial by Fire back in 1996 when he was a Journey. When You Love a Woman was their hit from that one. His last solo album was For the Love of Strange Medicine in 1994. 10 years before that, Street Talk. 2018, Traces is the name of the album. It'll be out October 5th. And I like it. People are complaining, oh, he's doing it. But you know what? He got sick. He got taken out of Journey. He couldn't get back. He went, had a lot of stuff going on. And it's great to hear him. And if Journey ever and Steve Perry ever reunited, it would probably be the biggest concert of the year. They'd be doing stadiums, without a doubt. And I've seen Journey in concert twice now without Steve Perry and once with him, and there's no comparison. There is no comparison whatsoever. One of the greatest voices out there from the 80s, the 90s, you name it, and you gotta love it. Steve Perry back, and that song is No Erasing. Right here on Decades. All right, we got another hour to go here. So don't you go anywhere as I flip my page to the 11 o'clock hour. Got The Cure in there. Oleta Adams, who had an incredible voice. Written by Brenda Russell, a song called Get Here. We're going to play that one. We're going to play the acoustic version of Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me, and classic Run DMC. And since we didn't do Weird Al last week, we're going to do Weird Al this week. His very first song that charted back in 1979 into 1980. So all on the way. Right here, Decades, live on the River 105 and 103.5 around the world, the RiverNEPA.com. Decades with JoeECramer.com and the Radio Bolt app for your iPhone or Android device, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. We will be right back. Hang on.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
It's 11 o'clock.
Hey there, this is John Oates. Hi, this is Jay King from Club Nouveau.
Lean on me, we are not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on.
Hey, this is Jeff Pilson from Foreigner.
You are listening to Decades with Joey Kramer.
And you're listening to Decades with Joey Kramer. And you're listening to my good pal Joe E. Kramer on Decades.
This is where the past comes alive. Decades with Joe E. Kramer starts now.
All right, here we go. The night just flies by when you're having fun, right? And we have fun every Saturday here live inside Mohegan Sun Pocono, live everywhere in the world at TheRiverNEPA.com, Decades with JoeECramer.com, and of course right here on the River 105 and 103.5. Got a new album next year, but 1986 was a good year. Just Like Heaven, The Cure on Decades.
Makes me scream, she said. empty shape. I must have been asleep for days. Moving lips, breathe her name. I opened up my eyes and found myself alone, alone, alone above a raging sea. Stole the only girl I loved, drowned her deep inside of me. You knew, soft and lonely. You knew, lost and lonely. You knew, just like heaven.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Decades is everywhere. 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 Everywhere.
You can reach me by railway. You can reach me by trailway. You can reach me on an airplane. You can reach me with your mind. You can reach me by caravan. Cross the desert like an Arab man. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. You can reach me by sailboat, climb a tree and swing rope to rope, take a sled and slide down slow into these arms of mine. You can jump on a speedy coat, cross the border in a blaze of hope. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. There are hills and mountains between us, always something to get over. If I had the way, surely you would be closer. There are hills and mountains between us, always something to get over. If I had a way, surely you would be closer. I need you closer. You can windsurf into my life, take me up on a car. You can make it in a big balloon, but you better make it soon. You can reach me by caravan, cross the desert like an Arab man. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can.
What a voice, Alita Adams, written by Brenda Russell, who gave us Piano in the Dark, discovered by none other than Tears for Fears. Get Here, Oleta Adams.
Joey Kramer. Turn it up. This is Decades, where the past comes alive.
I love my acoustic versions, and Simple Minds put on this on their album, their greatest hits album 2 years ago, and I love playing it. So you're going to listen. Simple Minds acoustic, Don't You Forget About Me.
Won't you come see about me? I'll be alone, dancing, you know it, baby. Tell me your troubles and doubts, giving me everything inside and out. Love's strange, so real in the dark. Think of the tender things that we were working on. Slow change may pull us apart. When the light gets in your heart, baby, don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. Will you stand above me? Look my way, but never love me. Rain keeps falling down, down, down. Will you recognize me? Call my name or walk on by. Rain keeps falling down, down, down. Yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Ooh, whoa. Don't you try and pretend it's my feeling. We'll win in the end. I won't harm you. I won't touch your defenses. Vanity, insecurity. Don't you forget about me. I'll be alone, dancing, you know, baby. Going to take us apart and put us back together at heart. Don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. As I walk on by, won't you call my name? When you walk on
Decades with Joe E. Kramer and another lost track from the 80s.
artists are most popular, influential, and the biggest selling singles of all time. It's Like That. VH1 listed it as number 40 on VH1's 100 Greatest Hip-Hop Songs. There you go. All right. Next Saturday nights, we have a Decades Artist Spotlight. Well, we're going to have Shadow Steel here, of course. He'll be here at 7 o'clock. And then Mark White from Spin Doctors will be here at 9 o'clock. So we'll be talking to Mark White for the Spin Doctors. Don't forget, don't write it down, don't miss it. We got more decades coming up as we wrap things up. We're going to do Weird Al, Christopher Cross. My favorite song by him is coming up next, right here on Decades on the River 105 and 103.5. Hang on.
The radio's all yours now.
Let's have some more music. Turn it up louder.
Now here's a very popular number.
This is a guaranteed gold record.
Oh, Maestro, don't forget your cue now.
Now, back to the music. This is Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
Sometimes you can give it one more try. Find a reason why you should pick it up. Ooh, try it again. 'Cause it's alright. Think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out this time. It's alright. Think we're gonna make it. Think it might work out fine this time. It's alright. Think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out. 'Cause it's not too late for that. Too late for me. I know I've been hurt before. And I know I really shouldn't give anymore. But this time things seem just a little different. And when I look in your eyes, you know I can see that it's true. And I hear you say it's alright. Think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out this time. It's alright. Think we're gonna make it. Think it might work out fine this time. It's alright. Think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out. 'Cause it's not too late for that. Too late for that. Just when you feel helpless, nothing left to say. Love will find us, the past behind us, then we're on our way. Time and time again I see people so unsure like me. We all know it gets hard sometimes. But you can give it one more try. Find another reason why you should pick it up. Ooh, why you should pick it up. Ooh, try it again. 'Cause it's alright. I think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out this time. It's alright. Think we're gonna make it. Think it might work out fine this time. It's alright. Think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out this time. It's alright. Think we're gonna make it. Think it might work out fine this time. It's alright. I think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out this time. It's alright.
It is Decades. Joe E. Kramer here. I've been trying to get him on the show for a long, long time. I will not give up. Christopher Cross. All right on Decades.
It's Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
Northeast PA's The River.
We roll through 5 full hours of retro radio. Joe E. Kramer here. Huey Lewis on voice rest. Hopefully we'll see Huey Lewis again next year. We'll find out. Do you believe in love?
I was walking down a one-way street, just a looking for someone to meet. One woman who was looking for a man.
crack open a new Coke and slip on those leg warmers. This is Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
Your sexy ways. I can't explain what I'm going through. Wish I could find the right words to say. Losing control and it's over you. Nobody else can make me feel this way. Could it just be that I'm curious and I wanna make you play my game? But something tells me that it's serious. Because I go insane
Decades with Joe E. Kramer and another lost track from the 80s.
Ooh, my little hungry one, open up a package of my bologna. Ooh, I think the toast is done, topping with a little of my bologna. Never gonna stop, eat it up, such a tasty snack. I always eat too much and throw up, but I'll soon be back to my, bologna. Spread it on the mustard now, show me how. Spread it on a little of this bologna, hoping that we don't run out. If we do, I'm sure that I'll miss bologna. Never gonna stop, eat it up, such a tasty snack. I always eat too much and throw up, but I'll soon be back for my bologna. My bologna, hey! Going to the market now. I'm the city's biggest bologna buyer. Walking down the shopping aisle, filling up my basket with Oscar Mayer. Never gonna stop, eat it up, such a tasty snack. I always eat too much and throw up, but I'll soon be back to my bologna.
You gotta love it.
My bologna.
Weird Al Yankovic, 1979 to 1980, and it was the start of it all. He was working at KCPR, the DJ. He was a DJ for the university's radio station at California Polytechnical State University. He decided to record this parody after seeing the Knack in concert. He recorded it in the men's bathrooms across the KCPR office because he said it in the acoustically perfect studio. And all he did was have an accordion and a little bit of a beat. The response was fantastic, especially when he sent it to Mr. Dr. Demento. Dr. Demento said that dwarfed not only that for all of Yankovic's earlier tapes that he would send them that before they were like professionally done, but practically everything else I played that year. So it was incredible. And Weird Al still to this day, over 40 years, and he's still just had his first #1 album. So what does that tell you? He's great. All right, that's going to do it for another edition of Decades this Saturday night. Next Saturday night, Shadow, the king of the oldies, will be with us next Saturday night, 7 o'clock. And then at 8 o'clock, Hairspray at 8, 9 o'clock, the Decades Artist Spotlight. We'll have Mark White from the Spin Doctors. A lot of great interviews coming up. Tom Johnston from the Doobie Brothers will be joining us. Billy Childs, formerly of Britney Fox. Tom Bailey of the Thompson Twins. John Parr, Angel from the lead singer of the Cover Girls. She will be with us. And a whole lot more, so don't miss it. It's going to be a very cool fall coming up here on Decades as we're not that far away from Christmas, which really makes me happy. All right, that's going to do it. I'll talk to you next Saturday night right here, same time, same station, The River, 105 and 103.5 around the world at theriver80pa.com, Decades with JoeEKramer.com, and the Radio Bolt app for your iPhone, Android device, Apple CarPlay. And what's the other one? The other one is Android Auto. Don't forget that. I will talk to you next Saturday night right here. This is Decades on The River, 105 and 103.5.